Why are some people just total jerks in retirement? You ever wondered that, guys? Have you ever met people, once they retire, totally changes their personality? Could be immediately, could be years into it. Why? I've got 8 reasons why for you, but first let me give you a little story. I remember growing up, there was an older lady, probably in her 70s, maybe 2 houses down from where we lived. And me and my friends would always play catch with a football, baseball, whatever. And he lived right next door to her. So once we found out she'd get kind of annoyed by our ball going into her yard, we'd start throwing it on purpose every once in a while into there just to get a rise out of her. She would literally be sitting on the front porch waiting for that ball to be thrown into your yard, but she wasn't quick enough to get it. So we would get it and then laugh and come back and start throwing it again. And maybe 5 minutes later, oops, there goes the ball again. Well, we find out she wasn't one to talk to the neighbors. So my mom had no idea why she was like that. We find out years later that it was because she was taking care of her husband who was dying of cancer. And his front yard was his pride and joy. So when he couldn't move anymore, it was up to her to keep it immaculate. Yeah, you think we felt a little bad? Yeah, we did. So anyway, here are 8 reasons why people may be jerks in retirement. Number one, the obvious one. They were jerks all their life when they were still working, right? They were the type of people that might like to lord it over you, how well they're doing. I'm sure some of you have neighbors like that in retirement, coming out with their new car every couple of years or always talking about, hey, we're going on a trip to Bermuda. How about you? You been on any trips lately? Yeah, you can tell, right, when they're kind of trying to rub it in. That's the first reason. They're just jerks. They've always been jerks. Here's the second one. When you retire, you got more time on your hands. So much more time. And hey, for those of you who see me for the first time, my name is Duane, and this is a retirement channel for people on moderate income and how to optimize that moderate income retirement. If this sounds like something you like, think about subscribing and like the video. If you really like it, down below, you can either buy me a coffee or buy my new book, The Monster Who Loves Me. So the second one, you have so much time in retirement, right? Guys, those of you that are retired already, those of you that haven't retired yet, you're going to find out quickly. There's a lot of time to fill up in retirement. So what do people do? A lot of people get deeper and deeper into their beliefs, into their theories, into their politics. And with that time comes additional conviction in some cases, right? And they're willing to tell you about it at the drop of a hat. And if you don't agree with them, you're out. You could be their best friend, next door neighbor. Once they find out, for instance, about your politics and its opposing political view, you're out. No more Mr. Nice Guy. It's Mr. Jerk. Here's the third thing. Grief. Yeah, the older you get, obviously, the chances of your partner passing away become greater and greater. Grief. Grief affects people differently. It could turn them into bitter people. Why am I still here? Why couldn't I have gone first? Why didn't we go at the same time? Or it could turn them into more caring people. But sometimes it has the negative effect of turning them into bitter, depressed people. So guys, out of all these reasons here, most of them, let's be kind. If you have someone like that in your community, if it's one of your family members and they're just acting like a total jerk, let's be kind. We don't know, like the story I gave you at the beginning, we don't know what's behind it in a lot of cases, right? Yeah, let's just be kind when we can. Here is the fourth one. They could have come into bad health. They could have got a serious diagnosis of a medical condition that they never had before. They could have been healthy all their life, and all of a sudden, boom, 72 years old, they get a bad diagnosis for something. You think that might make some people a jerk to other people? Yeah, it could. Now, so far, I've been good in that area, but if someone came to me 6 months from now and said, we're sorry, but we found out you have this, and it's serious, I don't know how I'd react. I could react by being a giving person, by appreciating every single day that I have. Or it could be a 180, right? I could react totally negatively to that. Being caustic, irascible to everyone I meet. Bottom line, guys, we don't know. We really don't know what's going on with other people. So let's be kind. Number 5. They just might be at a point in their life where they just don't care what anyone thinks anymore. I know with me, the older I've gotten, the less I care about what people think about my beliefs, how I talk, how I act. They might be one of those people who just, they've got an opinion, they're going to let it out. They don't care how you react to it, and they don't care how you react to how they react, right? You met people like that. Seems like the older you get, the more often you might meet people like that. They just don't care, man. They don't care if they're going to offend you by what they say, right? So it could be that. They just don't care anymore, all right? In a way that's good. I think if it's in a positive way, it's good. I used to be a people pleaser. Not so much anymore. No, I'm not going to be rude to anyone, but I do what I want to do when I want to do it. That's the way it goes. Number 6, loneliness. This could come along with grief. What do we got going on today? Oh, that's a bomber way up there. Weekdays, Monday through Friday, we usually get these flybys. Not every day, but fighters, bombers, going up across across the lake here. Sometimes you can see them, sometimes you can't. Loneliness. They might have lost their partner. I guess you could kind of put that in with grief. Or they just might be a single retiree that doesn't know what to do without companions. They might not have many friends, right? For those of you who are in that situation, reach out to groups. There are people out there. When I first moved up to this place here in the high desert, I stepped out of my comfort zone. I approached people that wasn't usually my behavior in LA, because I had a big group, a big pool of people that could be potential friends. If you're lonely and that's causing negative feelings for you, especially toward other people, work on that. Just reach out. You can make some good friends in retirement. If you're an introvert like I am, I'm not a total introvert, but I lean toward the introvert side of it. I'm definitely not an extrovert. If that's you, get out of your comfort zone. Reach out there. Make some friends. Yes, you too. My ravens are so friendly, man. They befriended me the first day on my property. Number 7, envy. It could be a retiree who is living off Social Security, and that's about it. He looks at his neighbor. This is the reverse of, the people that are just lording their retirement over other people. This could be the reverse of that. Envy. Envious of your neighbor or family member who has a lot of money in retirement, where you're stuck where Social Security is most of your income. Envy. That can turn a lot of people into jerks. Guys, whatever you've got is what you've got. If you want to get more in retirement, part-time work, side hustle. If that's your hang-up, there are plenty of ways to get more money in retirement. When you're retired, doesn't mean you can't work anymore. Get out there, get some stuff. And number 8, this is a simple one. They are bored. As I said in the beginning, there is so much time in the day when you're retired. I'm usually done with my errands and stuff by 10, 11 in the morning. The rest of the day is wide open. If you don't have stuff that you like to do, if you are bored, that can turn a lot of people into pretty angry individuals, right? What am I going to do, man? It's noon already. What am I going to do for the rest of the day? Well, you know what? Get some hobbies, guys. Don't just sit there and dwell on it. Get some hobbies. Do something. There are so many things you can do in retirement that you just didn't have time to do when you were working. Look at those things. Investigate. Try them out on a trial basis. Who cares, man? You got all the time in the world. Do it so you're not sitting there being bored and being a total jerk to other people around you. So guys, there you go. There are 8 reasons why a lot of people can be total jerks in retirement. In most of those cases, I think we can cut them some slack. So if you've seen that, in your life, there may be reasons for them being that way that they have no control over. So guys, let's be kind, all right? Let's be kind to those jerks we see out there sometimes. And as always, from the beautiful snow-capped high desert, we got this.